All right, y'all. It took a lot to kind of get this going. Um, get my levels together. As y'all can see, I got a piece of temporary equipment. Let me turn my gain up a little bit more. Actually, let me lower it down just a little bit. I don't need it that high. I think you guys can hear me pretty good. I don't really like recording when there's the watchers are going and stuff like that, but this just happened. It's needed to be done. Because it makes the air down here kind of, I don't know. I'm probably not gonna be on here long, so I'm trying to warm myself up. I'm trying to get myself into it because it took me so long to kind of get this together. And as I was saying in another video when I was doing a test, you know, um, and I might put that somewhere in the video or whatever. But you know, it took a long time for me to get this equipment hooked up, all because I didn't put it. And see, that's where that layer one comes. All because I did not put it in the correct output. That's all it was. And I don't like using these that much. And that might have saved me some time. But if I would have just followed the logic, it would have been much, much better. So I'm not with hiding tech secrets and tools. I didn't design the stuff, so I'm not reinventing the wheel. So I like to share some of the stuff that I might use. Some people don't like doing that. This was on Amazon for $40. It's the Mino, what they call it, the global best-selling internet microphone, Monocaster. Now I had this Monocaster, not this one, but I had one several years ago. I think I had the Billinger. That was one of the ones I was using, and I needed something to where I could play different stuff. Hold on, let me get my music together. There we go. Let's get my music together. Shout out to NK Music. So what I did is I had one of these, but it was a different brand. It was supposed to be a higher end, but didn't want to loop back. Like it wouldn't play when I was using stuff like Podbean. It didn't want to. Damn, it's dry in here. Shit. I don't know how long I'll be on. It all depends on how I feel. But get my little cool player music going. Now, this module, $40. I wish I could show it to y'all and pick it up. But I was doing some little tests, all the different things you can do. It has an area for Bluetooth. Turned up a little bit. That smells just. I like the detergent smell when it was all down. So you could turn up the Bluetooth. But the thing about the Bluetooth, what happens with that is it all comes through just one channel. It's through one simple channel. And then you have the gain, which I'll turn this up so you guys can hear that. So I'll turn the gain up and you can see the microphone gain is up a little bit more, which is okay. It has the 48 volt phantom power. I have a dynamic mic. I said that earlier. So for $40, it's not too bad. So let's get down to business. Matter of fact, I'll turn this. Oh, the gain is all the way up. So the preamp is not that great, but it's much better than them little janky USB headphones that I was using. It's 10 times better. I feel more comfortable. I didn't feel comfortable even really doing any more recordings. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't. I would have rather used my phone, but I'm very limited. I can't play music. I'm very limited to what I do. So I want to go over here to the community board for some of the stuff that I was posting. And one thing I was thinking about doing was like with people that want to get into like audio production and deal with like Pro Tools and some of the latest things. You don't necessarily have to do that. I found out that the M4, the Apple M4, it's not compatible with Pro Tools. So there's going to be a lot of different pieces of hardware or software that you might get. And if it's not compatible, you spend all that money. You got to wait till Apple gets their stuff together so they can get it to be compatible. So one thing I was looking at was some of the Apple Macs. And this is what I found. When I looked this up, y'all, now I don't know about back market. I've heard about things about back market, but if you look at the average price of a MacBook Pro, they still use Pro Tools, and this is a 2019 for $400. Now, if you look on Amazon, you can get this. This one, it only has, man. Yeah, I'm not gonna do this again. Hold on. Where's my thing? I may have to stop and get some more water. That smell just in the air. How long is that gonna be going for? Hold on, let me take a look, y'all. I'm about to pause this. 1 second. All right, I think recording's resumed. Okay, I think I could probably deal with it. So look, for $400, you get a renewed i7, 16 gigs of RAM. Now you can put your own RAM in there, but it only has a 512 gigabyte hard drive. So that's not a lot, but I mean, you could get a nice MacBook for a little bit of nothing. Because I was thinking about, remember that MacBook I showed y'all that I had where I said, man, this brings back memories. To fix it, I could just get one of them joints. Now, this back marketplace, they said that they got it here for $300. Now, I don't know much about back market. I've heard some things about them, but I don't know enough about them to really say, but it's supposed to be a place where you could buy and sell stuff. So, I mean, Amazon, I don't know. I'm not sure. But remember, when I got my MacBook, that was in like 2012. I think I got like a 2011 or a 2012 or something like that. That's when I got the MacBook, and I paid at the Apple Mac refurbish place, and I don't know. Let me see what's this. This is Apple Mac. That's probably like a battery or something. Let me see how much. Yeah, they want 6. Okay, yeah. See, no. But anyway, we'll go on to the next thing. A day ago, I posted a company that I found out about. So we're just, we're doing cleanup, we're doing warm up, so I can try to get myself where I feel good enough to do a story time. So there's a company called Health Scout, and they're $81,000 to $87,000. Now it looks like it's kind of like of a startup. So they say they have salary options of 81 to 84 to 87. So they said they approach compensation. How do they do it? 5 ways to nail your employee compensation strategy. Dig for that data. Form a framework, they're saying. Skills and experience, impact, leadership, delivering results, professional growth. Me personally, for me, I'm at a point in my life I don't really want to mess with no startups. I really don't. I'm not really too much interested. But for somebody else, like they say, they only hire in the United States and Canada. This role, it says the entire team works out of the main queue. You'll be spending much of your day helping potential and current customers via email. Email support will be majority of the day. And then, you might get calls from time to time. They say you'll be an expert in all areas of the product. So you'll troubleshoot bugs, document feature requests, and collaborate with the rest of the team. Specialists help a minimum of about 250 customers a month, but they don't go by quotas, empty policies, or unnecessary procedures. Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Salaries $81,000 to $87,000. They're not really looking at. This looks like this is like a culture fit company. Now, here's what throws me off. For me, that and it's why I'm not gonna apply, but just for y'all. So this is the interview process. The interview process is you're gonna meet with the support managers, Annabelle or Elisen. So you could click on Annabelle, and I just clicked on it. So that's Annabelle. She's been there for a number of times. That's another thing you could do is you could go on this LinkedIn and see how long people have been there. You can see, what's their stats. And then this is Elison, whoever this is. I don't know who this is. Okay, the page don't exist. So maybe they got rid of their LinkedIn. So those are the support managers. So you'll meet with them. You'll talk about the role. Then you'll do a technical screen. So it's going to be 2 members of the technical support. So that's 2 interviews right now. Then logistics. You'll meet with Mary on the recruiting team to chat through compensation, benefits, timeline, company culture. That's the 3rd interview. Then a project. So they'll give you a take-home project. We'll pay for your time. Then you'll present it back to the team. That's the 4th interview. Well, that's the 4th thing. And then the final chat. You'll chat with another 1 to 2 people on the team who will vary depending on what else we'd like to learn from you. Then there's references. We'll ask for the 3 references. We like 2 of them, but we can be flexible. So they got a careers page. We'll look at that real quick. So fully remote. We don't sponsor visas. And let me see here. So let's just take a real quick look at see what they got. So it's founded in 2011. They got 12,000 company customers. They have 140 people. Stock options, health and retirement, flexible time off. International travel, competitive salary. So this kind of tells you they getting some money. I'm just kind of showing y'all the process here. I don't know if that was my mic or what that was. So account manager, 143 grand plus. Back end engineer, front end engineer. I might need to holler at Steve for this, man. Hold on. All right, so this might be. Let me send this to my guy real quick. Let me take this off. Right quick, y'all. I hate to do this right in the beginning or right in the middle, but I'm about to send this to my guy real quick. I'm going to send this to him because he needs to see that. So, damn, they're making me want to apply now. They paying. All right, so let me send this iOS engineer down. I don't know how to do that. I'm trying to think of something else here. What is this? Customer enablement lead. About the role. It'll be a one-man show. They paying good. All right, so let me send that to Steve. He might be able to get another interview. All right, so look, let's go back in here. Let's go back in here. All right, so iOS engineer, senior paid marketing, technical support specialist. I sent this to a couple of my guys. I hope they, took heed a little bit. Fully remote, so that's a good thing. So yeah, check out the company. Fully remote, 80K. That'll get you back in the game. You know what I'm saying? And about the company. Not seeing too many brothers and sisters there, but look like there's two. It look like, I don't know, look like they paid to go somewhere. So explore our product. So yeah, I mean, I think well, they got one black person that's supposed to be in a high position, I guess. Well, I don't know. Y'all check it out. I guess they're kind of like Zendesk or whatever the case may be. But let's go back into, I just posted that the other day. So now, what I just did. Don't know what I just did. All right, so working with a recruiter agency that I was I lost my damn train of thought. So there's a place that I was working with that I sent a couple of my people over that I've been trying to help find stuff. And they told me that we're Northeast based. Now, I know they did some work in Minneapolis, but they said New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. So feel free to send me people in that area. So I thought about my guy in North Carolina. I'm like, well, no, that wouldn't be Northeast based. They're just dealing with just the North like that. They're dealing with, the East Coast, like the real East Coast. Connecticut, New York, New Jersey. So if any of y'all that hear this is looking for stuff and you got a good, so I was looking, there was 3 people that I've been helping: a business analyst, a software engineer, and a Salesforce engineer. So that New York area, that's what they've been focusing on. So hit me up if y'all happen to, you're looking for something. You're in that area. So we've already kind of done the review. This is just a little warm up and whatnot. There's 2 more things I'm going to show you guys, and I'm gonna end this, and I'm gonna try to give me some more water or something like that. Now, this right here is something that one of my homies gave me, and I think I'm going to try to post this in the video, like somewhere in the video. I'm gonna try to post this. I don't know if it'll allow me to make links, but hold on, I can't take this no more. That gain is too strong, so hold on. All right, yeah, I had to cut that off, y'all. I couldn't take that no more. I'm already in a dungeon right now, so so this is something my homie gave me called the Cloud Resume Challenge. So basically, it's saying at the first part for certification, they want you to have your AWS Cloud certification, intro cert to AWS Cloud, and it says your HTML. It says your resume needs to be written in HTML, not a Word, not PDF. Now this is a challenge. This is something you don't have to do it. Then it says your resume needs to be styled with CSS, and you got to have a static website. Then the S3 website URL should use HTTPS. You will need to use CloudFront to help do this. Then point the custom DNS domain name to the CloudFront distribution, so your resume can be accessed as something like blah, blah, blah. JavaScript, database, API, Python, test, infrastructure as code, source control, set up GitHub, CI, CD front end, and then a blog. Finally, in the text of your resume, you should link a short blog. So I had a homie that did this, and his resume, he made a blog out of his resume, and I'm going to review that soon as because he's doing music, and part of he took a class that was for like a cybersecurity Cisco class, and in it they gave him all of this. So these are like things to really help you get out there and to sharpen your skills. So that's what they were having you do, is to create the blog based off all this stuff in the cloud, and all of these different things that you were doing is going to break down your resume. So it's a cloud resume, so people can see you did all of this to even create your resume. I don't know what this is. What's this here? Terraform your cloud resume challenge. So this is using Terraform. Okay, let me go back. What is this here? The cloud resume challenge, Azure. So this is using Azure. The other one was using AWS. So this is just something you guys might want to take a look at. It's cloudresumechallenge.dev, docs, the challenge, AWS. Yeah, so this is very powerful. Especially if you're getting in the game. For you new people, for somebody that's new, if I were you, this is what I would do right here. I know y'all be reading my books and stuff like that, but if you just want to simplify stuff, because look, y'all, it's not getting easier out here right now. Another thing you could do that my homie told me about is Cursor. This allows you to build websites with AI, bro. The AI code editor. It allows you to do all kind of stuff. You see the big dogs people use. I mean, this AI stuff is just, I didn't like it at first, and it's kind of hypocritical me saying that. I had my tinfoil hat on, like I didn't really, but it's a tool, and the world's changing. Y'all see what's going on. So, these are just tools that you can use. And he's made wonders. My homie made wonders and stuff. So what I might have to do one of these days, I'm just going to do a show with him where he could share his screen and just show y'all all the different stuff that he's done, with some of these programs and stuff like that. And I think that's important. I think that's important for Black folks to know. And some of the, the stuff may have a pricing or whatever like that. But I mean, you could do all kind of stuff in Upwork. And I mean, you could get your roll on with some of these things. Because see, like me, there's certain things that I may not want to do. I ain't got time to do it. So I might throw somebody a couple bucks to do it. I got my card to look at and stuff like that, whatever. Okay, I'm going to bring that to the person that knows what they're doing. I'm not going to crack that open. I mean, I could, but that's not my forte. Time is money. People will pay for that. And as it's getting extremely competitive, people are going to be doing different things. So I'm going to leave it at that. We've learned a couple things, and that's really what I'm here for. I'm here to kind of showcase some things that I've learned that I think I can help y'all. So, this cloud resume challenge here, this Cursor, I've talked about. The matter of fact, we ain't even gonna wait. Let's just put this here. Let's put this right in the post. You guys might want to check this out. I ain't about to wait. Wait for what? Let's do this now. We ain't got time to wait. I ain't got time. What do you say in Predator with Schwarzenegger? I ain't got time to bleed. I ain't got time. Let's post this now. Here you go. Post it now. I'm gonna be waiting around. Shit. There y'all go. All right, I done warmed up. Friday night warm-ups. I might start calling it Friday night warm-ups. So now we're gonna get to some kind of little story time. I'm trying to think of the story time that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna figure it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and post this for you guys. Let me know how you like the quality. It should sound a lot better, and it's gonna get better.